Well guys, welcome to part 13. The car is now insured. The logbook came back as well the other day, so the white has been declared. I'm going to give it a detail, change the oil, clean it up, check it over and send it for an MOT. I don't think the plugs and leads have done a whole lot of miles, but I'm going to pull the plugs out and just have a look. When it falls dark, I'm going to get a spray bottle and just spray the leads to see if there's any arcing. Well guys, after a visual inspection, in comparison to a new one, they really don't look too bad. So I'm just going to give them a quick clean and get them back in the car. Well, that oil filter didn't want to come off without a battle. And it broke me chain. Out with the oil. In with the new. Well, I've given it one final check before I ring for an MOT tomorrow. One of the washer jets was clogged. A pin sorted that out. And the rear fog light wasn't working. After trying multiple switches, it turns out the contacts in the wiring loom just wanted bending down slightly. So obviously they'd make a contact inside the switch. But yeah, it's good to go. Let's see what happens. Well guys, the car's back from having an MOT. I'm pleased to report it passed. No advisories either, which is amazing. I will say the car drove really well, but a little bit underpowered. So I would suspect the cat is maybe blocked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to source a replacement and get it fitted in the next few days. Well guys, picked the cat up. It was £88 from a local supplier, and that included the 2 gaskets and the paste, which wasn't too bad. Could have got it a bit cheaper off the internet, but yeah, I need it now. Found a cat in the shed, and I did have a really good idea. So this one's blocked as well. The cat's no good. But what you could do, cut it off there, and then get one of those flexi pipes, and obviously decat it and bracket the flexi pipe in. Obviously, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to put a new cat on it. Yeah, let's get this done. So I just figured I'd show you how badly worn the front donut gasket was. People often forget to replace these, you know. Yeah, that wanted doing. So the new cat is on the car, new gaskets as well. The old cat is not a genuine Ford one, but I've never put a cat on it. So hopefully this cures the loss of power. So whilst the car's off the ground, and I've got this tub of Tiger Seal already open that wants using, I'm going to go along the underneath looking for any cracks, any scraped metal, any loose underseal, get that removed, and using a glove and just my finger, I'm going to put a thin layer of Tiger Seal all along the bottom. Horrible job, but it's done. A couple of points: be careful not to block any of the sill holes, and secondly, don't get doing this before an MOT because they might think you're hiding a multitude of sins. But yeah, obviously in 12 months time it'll all look pretty similar underneath. So the Escort's been on the road now for a couple of weeks, and the revs are a little bit erratic. They don't seem to drop when changing gear. They seem to rev a little bit high on startup, so probably 1800 RPM, that kind of thing. I suspect it's the idle control valve. I've been very lucky. I've managed to find a new old stock genuine Ford idle control valve for £37. I know the idle control valve that's on it at the moment is non-genuine. The only problem is it didn't come with a gasket, so I've had to make my own. It should do the job. It should be fine. Obviously, I've got some gasket paper, some Flexoid oil resistant gasket paper, and just cut one to size using a Stanley. So I'm going to get that fitted now and see if it improves. So just in case you don't know, take the air pipe off the air filter, take the throttle body off, 4 hex screws. The idle control valve is just there, and it's 2 8mm bolts. I've got the top one off. I'm going to raise the car up to get the bottom one off, and then it'll just be a case of disconnect and refit. So here's the old generic one off the car. I will say the gasket that was on this one is a little bit thicker than the one I put on, but we'll see what happens. The battery's been disconnected for a few days. I am going to take the car down the road, probably about 10 or so miles, just going through all the gears, all the rev ranges, and see if it's improved. Fingers crossed. Well guys, the idle control valve was the issue. It was either going to be that or a split in a vacuum hose. But yeah, it's running well, and it's at full power. Not that it's got that much power, but it's running well. A recent mile per gallon check brought back 42 miles per gallon, which I think is brilliant. And yeah, so I'm going to leave part 13 here. Please check out the links below, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.